5 enhancements that make the S26 Ultra the Android phone to beat in 2026. Think you've seen everything the Galaxy Ultra has to offer? Think again. The Galaxy Ultra series has consistently set the standard for what an Android flagship should be, showcasing exceptional power, outstanding camera quality, premium materials, and the added benefit of the S Pen stylus. While the current S25 Ultra is arguably the finest Android phone available, the upcoming S26 Ultra is set to elevate the experience further with some long-anticipated upgrades, along with a few surprises. There isn't a standout feature this time, no significant redesign or groundbreaking innovation. Nonetheless, the rumored enhancements we've encountered thus far all have the potential to significantly improve the user experience. Here are the 5 changes that make the S26 Ultra worth getting excited about. 1. Yes, a brighter display, but it might be more remarkable than that. Samsung's OLED panels have led the industry for years, but the S26 Ultra might have a trick up its sleeve that wins it some major bragging rights at launch. First, the basics. We expect a new M14 OLED panel, which uses updated organic compounds for red, green, and blue light, making it more efficient. It also introduces color-on encapsulation, which lowers light leakage between layers, resulting in brighter brightness, smaller construction, and better energy efficiency. Thanks to the upgraded panel, peak brightness is expected to reach 3000 nits, up from the already impressive 2600 nits on the S25 Ultra. That increased brightness will pair wonderfully with the enhanced anti-reflective Gorilla Armor glass. Now for the intriguing part. Rumors suggest Samsung may introduce something called a Flex Magic Pixel display toggle. This AI-driven function could quietly adjust viewing angles to make the screen more private and difficult to see from the side. It sounds insane, I know, but if Samsung pulls it off, it may be one of those subtle yet actually useful details that set the Ultra apart. I'm intrigued to see how it compares to privacy screen protectors, which already do a fantastic job at this. 2. The main camera is getting an improvement, one way or another. The S26 Ultra presumably won't redesign its entire camera system, but the main 200-megapixel sensor is expected to see a substantial update. We will either receive a larger 1/1.1-inch Sony sensor or a wider s/1.4 aperture. Both would greatly increase low-light performance and give a more natural depth of field. My only hope is that this tweak doesn't affect the Ultra's narrow focusing distance, one of those subtle benefits that separates it from Google's Pixel and Apple's iPhone. For example, the iPhone switches to the ultra-wide when you get too near to a subject, whereas Samsung lets you stay on the main lens, which is great for macro-style images with stunning background blur. The rest of the configuration, the ultra-wide and the 5x and 3x telephoto cameras, is expected to stay the same, which is good given how strong their performance already is. If Samsung also manages to close the gap in video quality, the S26 Ultra could eventually challenge the iPhone 17 Pro Max for the title of greatest video recording phone. 3. The most efficient Snapdragon chip yet. Ignoring its strange nomenclature, Qualcomm's new processor looks good. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy is predicted to reach clock speeds up to 4.74 gigabytes, while the new Adreno 840 GPU could be up to 30% quicker than before. More intriguing, the chip will purportedly use AI-assisted power optimization to manage performance and battery life more intelligently. Samsung is also believed to be using 1-gamma LPDDR5X RAM, capable of speeds up to 10.7 gigabytes per second, around 20% more efficient than before. Combined, these changes should make the S26 Ultra feel snappier and more efficient across the board. 3. An even thinner body and the return of the camera island. Samsung isn't making big changes to the S26 Ultra's design, but it's said to shave off another 0.4 millimeters from the body this year, which is impressive since the S25 Ultra was already 0.4 millimeters thinner than the model before it. The S Pen is allegedly here to remain, despite early suspicions that Qi2 magnetic charging, more on that later, could force its retirement. Samsung is claimed to have altered the internal arrangement to make both functionalities coexist. This is the kind of savvy engineering that keeps the Ultra series ahead of its competitors. And sure, the camera island might be making a comeback. Some folks might not like this adjustment, but it would eliminate one of the few disliked design quirks of the S25 Ultra, the exposed lens rings that tended to attract lint from every pocket. 5. Faster charging, finally, and magnets. Samsung's 45-watt fast charging hasn't really felt fast for years, especially compared to the likes of OnePlus or Xiaomi, whose phones can fully charge in nearly half the time. The S26 Ultra is expected to jump to 60-watt wired charging, reducing a 0 to 50% charge from roughly 35 minutes down to 25 minutes. Even more fascinating is the idea of magnetic wireless charging, akin to what we witnessed with the Pixel 10 series. Charging speeds are supposed to stay at 15 watt, but with full Qi2 magnetic compatibility, provided Samsung's developers fixed the interference issues. This would finally open the door to MagSafe style accessories, providing consumers access to a bigger ecosystem of magnetic mounts, chargers, and stands, all without needing a dedicated case. Some of the upgrades that have been rumored include stacked or silicon-carbon batteries, Qi 2.2 magnetic wireless charging, and higher wired charging speeds across the complete series. This generation will purportedly comprise the Galaxy S26 or S26 Pro, the S26 Plus, the S26 Ultra, and the Ultra, each with its own balance of size, capacity, and charging power. Here's what to expect from each model when it comes to battery life and charging. The Ultra will most likely be your best option if you want the maximum battery life from your Galaxy, despite retaining the same 5000 mAh capacity. Like the other models, if it sees any boost in battery life, it will be attributable to increased efficiency. A revised vapor chamber cooling system and the 3nm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 are touted to assist in boosting sustained performance and preventing thermal throttling, which in turn maintains battery life under load. Samsung's new AMOLED panel innovation also minimizes power loss, so we expect a considerable gain over the S25 Ultra's already great battery life. The Galaxy Ultra leaps forward stronger than ever. The S26 Ultra features numerous speculated enhancements that appear guaranteed to improve on its predecessor, and a couple that could make it genuinely unique. The privacy-focused Flex Magic Pixel feature, in particular, sounds like a wonderful complement for the anti-reflective Gorilla Glass, while magnetic wireless charging might generate a wave of creative accessories down the road. The Samsung S26 series sets a new norm for what people might expect from a premium smartphone. By integrating sophisticated display technology, fast CPUs, and revolutionary camera systems, Samsung has built a lineup that caters to a wide variety of needs. As the January 2026 release date approaches, the S26 series promises to deliver an unrivaled smartphone experience, establishing its reputation as a leader in the industry. The more everyday changes, like the brighter and more efficient display, the better main camera, and faster charging, might not sound that spectacular on their own. Together, however, they make the S26 Ultra a very thrilling upgrade, even for S25 Ultra users. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates. Goodbye.